Hi guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another account review in Summoners War. Today we are in Bigness88's account. This account owner said that he is mostly focused on Arena. He is having a hard time with solo R5, which I don't really offer too much help with because it's really all about rune quality. There are a lot of good guides out there that show you how to build a working team, a fail-safe team. Even myself, I don't have a fully working team and I have to look at that guide myself. I might actually follow one of those Katarina Jameer teams. That'll be in a later date. He is currently in C3, or he reached C3 at least. He doesn't play RTA. He said he might just do it to F3 just to get the wings. He's not really enthusiastic with RTA. He's currently in a G1 guild. He's obviously doing all the Toa normal and Toa hard. And he's doing all the dungeons. The only thing that he has a problem with is solo R5 team. But we'll take a look at his Arena team as well, since he is C3. I'm pretty sure he wants to reach G1, and then we'll take a look at his BJR5, his solo R5 team, and see what might be the issue. Let's get right into it. Hey guys, before we start the video, if you guys are interested in getting advice and help from me and other Summoners War players, feel free to join my Discord, where the link is in the descriptions below. Also, if you enjoy my content and want to support me, become a Patreon, where the link for it is also in the descriptions. I want to say I appreciate all the support, and believe me, I really do. Anyways, that was it. Let's get back to the video. So we'll first start with his box, and he has two LD nav5s with a Leah that is kind of like a LD 4.5. The Hertia itself is not on a great build. It doesn't look tanky enough to build a siege defense with Hertia, Vigor, Triana. A very good defense if it's on extremely efficient runes and tanky runes, but seeing the Hertia right now, I'm confident he does not have a defense like that. His Manananan also doesn't look like it's hitting too hard. It has close to 100 crit rate, so that's good, but seeing the speed is not on a fast team nor a slow team. I think he might not be using it at all. Leah, it's really sad to see Leah with a build that looks like this, so I'm gonna assume that he has rune quality issues. Runes aren't being powered up and they're not being grinded, and the cause of it is him having trouble with solo R5. This is Tiana, and he has the Leo on double will, so he does have a second turn team. It looks like he does have the BALE that's missing an artifact that's not on will. So there's an issue here. If it's not on will, your offense is not going to work as well. He does have the Abilio, he does have Carnal, so he actually does have all the units that's needed for a tanky defense, and he has a second turn team. He even has the units for a fast turn team. Well, actually, let's see if he has the Chiyu. So you have the Chiyu, you have the Escher, you have the Galleon, and you have the Leah. You have a fast team, but it looks like you are not doing that, seeing the Escher is so slow. Let's take a look at the runes and see where he's lacking the most. So Swift, Speed, Equipped, 25, 24, 23, not bad. 27, that's really good. 23, 23, 20. So his slot 5 is horrendous. And a 22. Slot 6, nothing good as well. Let's take a look at Violent. 22, 20, 19. So that's not that good. Here it's 21, that's not grinded, so I think this is an event rune maybe, and seeing this rune not being grinded means that he's not running R5. And if the only reason you're not running R5 is because you don't have a solo R5 team, I would work on doing your R5 right away, especially if you just have a BJR5 team. This one also that's not grinded, that's your fastest rune, and another 27. Okay, let's go to Will. 21, another one that's not grinded. 20, not grinded. Next one, 25, 23. Okay, a pretty good slot 3. 23, 21, slot 4. Another 23, that could be a 28 if it's a legend grind. So here, another indication you're not running your R5 team. And really, if you're not running R5 just because you don't have a solo R5 team, I would just make a working BJR5 team and run that first, because you have a lot of runes here that need work. And then 20 on slot 6, so really lacking slot 6. Overall, I think, assuming that you get all the grinds, probably Violent is the weakest. then Swift, then Will. But Will slot 1 was also pretty weak. Well, actually, no, not that bad. 26 and then 25 if you get legend grinds. So overall, your Will runes are the least weakest, other than slot 6. So yeah, Will the strongest, Swift, and then Violent is what I would work on, just to improve in PvP in general. But the first thing that I will definitely do is work on your R5 team, since there are so many runes that you have to work on. You're running a tanky team, I like that, and you are going with a theme that I recommended with. So that's a pretty tanky Cardinal, pretty fast with mediocre accuracy, but getting more from the artifacts. I love that, so this is pretty good. Okay, close to 100 res Triana, not that bad, but not that tanky. So it looks like you are sacrificing a lot of tankiness for resistance, and that's not that good. Some of that is because you don't have the grinds. Yeah, like all of this, no grinds. All of this, no grinds, no grinds. So I think if you get the grinds, it could be better, and you are taking less damage. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna say too much about that. Abelio, not on 100 res. Oh, okay speed and okay tankiness, but again, I guess the artifacts, I guess the grinds are an issue, and also runes like this not being powered up is a huge issue, so I will start working on these. So R5 definitely seems like the first thing that you have to work on. And you did say that you want to get better in solo R5. You have a problem with solo R5. I'm going to see if there's any issues, if there's anything that I can see myself, but if you can't get it to work, then I would just do BJR5. Darien 100 resistance. I like Darians with higher defense, but if this is the best you could do, that's fine. I like the defense, but then the Triana, Abelio, and the Darien all seem like they're a little lacking in tankiness. And most of it is due to the grinds. I think if you get the grinds, you'll get a little more. In the end, it comes to rune efficiency as well. The runes itself aren't that efficient. Maybe you're not giving as good runes to this defense, which makes sense if you're using those runes for a PvP unit. The combination of this team is great. It's great. It's just a rune quality issue. It's just a grind issue. So it just means you have to work on the problems that I've already stated in this review. Let's take a look at his towers. So you got the most important stuff done, but the elemental stuff aren't being touched at all. And knowing that you have a Leah, I would work on this. However, knowing that your solo R5 team is failing, this is probably a very big issue. Why? Your BALE is not doing as much damage, and you're missing 20 levels here. So aside from getting your solo R5 done, I know there's people that always say just make a standard team, a 2-3 minute team that could do solo R5. Yeah, you could do that, but I personally think I would still work on a BJR5 team that gets runs done in 50 seconds or less, and just work with people, because there are still a lot of players out there doing BJR5 with other people. I think that's the most efficient way, rather than making a solo R5 team that goes for 2-3 minutes. That's just wasting time, in my opinion. Yes, and people will argue, but you're doing it yourself, you could do it every time. This account needs to work on other stuff. If he's not doing solo R5, he needs to be hitting arena and get these glory points to power up these towers, because this is like #1 priority. He has so many good units that's going to benefit from this. Well, not so many, but he has a Leah that's going to benefit from this, and that's huge. He has the Cardinal that's going to benefit from this, and that's huge. The BALE that he's using in his second turn teams, and that's very huge. Water, I don't know, Abelio could do more damage. Who knows what he's using? The water twins that he might be using for solo R5, that's gonna benefit from that. There's just so many units that's gonna benefit from these towers. He needs to get this done. This is a very common issue I see from so many different accounts. You could argue that the tower priority is #1. It's gonna help you out throughout the game, so please work on that. Defense, nothing to say about. I can't really take a look at your offense right now, because currently actually I could. Okay, cool. So you have a second turn offense with the Christina. Okay, you also went with the Vampire build like I did, which is fine. Not fully skilled up, so I don't know actually how much damage it does. Double will shield is fine. Interesting. Double energy will. Is there a reason why you went with double energy? Galleon doesn't really need to be this tanky. I'm pretty sure it's way over the 100k EHP mark, but okay, you went with that. It should work. Here is the fast team. It looks like you have all the units that I do. Chung Pong on Swift with pretty high accuracy. That's good. Here's the Tiana, here's the Galleon. Let's look at the Peng back. Is it fast enough? No. So you're relying really on the pushback from Chung Peng. That means you can't go to defenses that have Cardinal, because the chances of you actually pushing back Chung Peng, even with 70% accuracy, is pretty damn low. It's bound to fail. The last one is this one that I think that's relevant. The BALE not having a artifact and also not on will. It means it's not going to work. I'm just telling you, it's not going to work. So I like the offenses that you have, but there are build issues, so I'll fix those. And this team, if I have to give you a team, I already showed it in multiple videos. Q, Escher, Galleon, and Delia. That's the team I would go. It is pretty hard to rune since the Escher's boost is much lower than any other booster out there. Everything else will need to be speed tuned really well. And Leah on 73 crit rate, no, should be 100%, or at least 95 in my opinion. And 95% is still a no for me. Let's take a look at the R5 team, because he wanted to know that. I'm not gonna look at his RTA because he's not really focusing on that, but let's take a look at the R5 team. So solo R5 team. So the BALE, way too weak. Wow, what is this? No wonder. Can you even do BJR5? I am pretty sure you can't even do BJR5 right now. This BALE is so weak. So that's already an issue, right? The middle team's not going to work. The left team, I'm not exactly sure since you're using a Manananan. I'm going to assume it's not going to work. If your main damage dealing team, your BALE team, is not working, obviously the solo R5 team is not going to work. So if you want to do anything with solo R5, fix your BJR5. That's the only thing that I have to say here, really. One last thing that I'll say with this account is please farm your dimensional hole, because you have 100 energy that's just sitting there and you're losing so much resources, because this dimensional energy is probably one of the most precious resource in the game, since you can only buy 30 of them per week, and the runes that you could get from these runs are exponentially better than the other runes that you get from a normal dungeon. The efficiency of these runes can be much higher. Please make a Illunia team. It looks like you didn't even do level 5, or a Karzan team. Just get the better Rage and Blade set, because you do need that. Since I saw your BALE team, I know your BALE is not that good. I'm pretty sure it's not working as a BJR5 team as itself. So it means that you need better Rage will sets, even Blade sets, for more damage. So I'll definitely work on that. Yeah, I'll go with the Wind Hua or something like that. You could try the Carbine as well and see how it does. But I do want a better wind damage dealer, like the Wind Hua, which is, I forgot her name for her name, but she's really good. But that was it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If there's anything else that you guys would like to see in Summons War, please put a comment below. If you guys do not agree with the advice I gave this account, also put that in the comment below, because I'm pretty sure the account owner will love to hear that. But yeah, that was it. Hope you guys look forward to the next one, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.